Salut à toutes et à tous, on se retrouve pour la suite de notre aventure sur Agatha Christie The ABC Murders. Et comme vous voyez, on est à 81% de progression, ce qui est pas mal du tout. On approche de la fin, on avait d'ailleurs enfin un suspect. Alors, le jeu a subi une mise à jour, corrective de bugs et améliorative sur certains points, on va voir ce que ça donne. On en était resté au point où on avait arrêté quelqu'un qui possède des mystérieuses initiales ABC d'ailleurs. Et on va devoir aller nous en occuper. Oui, graphiquement ça a l'air un petit peu différent déjà. C'est particulier. C'est très particulier. On va voir si c'est mieux ou moins bien. Alors faisons un petit tour de la pièce déjà pour voir.
It is a very beautiful piano. Maybe Mrs. Marbury likes to play in her free time.
Notre objectif c'est quoi déjà en fait? Interroger Miss Marbury. Allons-y.
How do you do? You must be Mr. Hercule Poirot. Chief Inspector Japp told me that you might be coming.
On va se montrer sympathique.
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cuss left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
C'est effectivement un peu gros pour une coïncidence.
One moment, please. How did you know that Cust had underlined Doncaster in his railway guide?
I went and had a look in his room.
I see. Do you make a habit of searching through your lodger's belongings?
Well, what are you going to do later? I bet you're going to poke around his room too.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
He's rather queer. He talks to himself. He has a bad cough. Because of the war, he says. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Where were the stains on the shirt?
Can't recall.
Cust used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Yes, although he was unwell on trains.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No idea.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah! I remember one thing. Bexhurst by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cust asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
When did he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Churston. He didn't seem all that interested before that.
Ouais.
That will be all for now.
Ça
I'm
colle
going to
toujours
take
pas
a look at his room.
Pas vraiment, en
Take the
fait.
key on the counter.
Avec le profil qu'on avait. On était censé être sur un mec qui aime les trains, on nous avait dit. Et a priori celui-là il est malade en train. Il suit l'affaire sur les journaux certes, mais après la mort du millionnaire, pas après les deux autres, donc après au niveau des trophées c'est peut-être pas tout à fait ça. Ouais, je sais pas, c'est assez
This
bizarre.
woman appears to be in bad mood. Mrs. Marbury is taking out her bad mood on the evening meal's potato.
Right. Is that all? When are you leaving?
Ok, bon bah écoutez, allons voir la chambre de ce
I
monsieur
need the
Cust.
key to Cust's room.
Ah, puis je n'ai pas la clé. Ah.
It looks like I've found the real master of this house. There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases.
Ok, certes. Je vois pas vraiment l'intérêt par rapport à
I
l'enquête,
should
mais...
check the register. Mrs. Marbury may have been hiding something from me.
Ah bon?
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury.
J'ai pas vraiment eu le temps de lire en fait. Donc je sais pas vraiment qu'est-ce que tu entends par là.
Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder. Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
If I did, it was because Mr. Cust wasn't here. What about it?
It doesn't matter, provided that you remember to change the sheets.
Of course I changed them. I keep a nice clean establishment.
Donc en fait elle
I'll have
loue
you
deux fois la
know.
même chambre en fait. C'est ouais. C'est particulier. Mais c'est pas bien méchant. Alors la chambre de Cust. Après s'être peigné bien entendu.
This dark stain. It could be blood, but goodness knows how long it has been there.
Pour le coup ça prouve pas grand chose.
Laudanum Cameron's Chemists. Laudanum, a medicine for coughs. It is what Dr. Clark prescribed for Mrs. Asher. This subject would probably be useful to me. Diethyl barbituric acid, Johnson Company. I know this medicine. It is a powerful sedative. This subject would probably be useful to me.
On est plus en train de piller sa chambre que de fouiller sa chambre pour le coup.
How hopeful. This place is a real mess. The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance. The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance.
Ah, et on va finir par là-bas, on va aller voir la machine à écrire.
John Milligan, Managing Director, Silky Legs, Frederick Street, Leicester. To A.B. Cust, Marbury's Guest House, 1935, May the 21st. Dear Sir, further to our letters dated 5th and 10th of the month, we confirm we are you as door-to-door salesman, according to the conditions stated in our previous letters. We will send you the articles by mail and also a Redfield typewriter you will be using for every business letter. Regarding the schedule of your rounds, please do as following. June 21, Andover. Arrive by train the 20th in the evening and get a room at Station Hotel. Start your turn in the north part of the town. This letter establishes that Cust went to Andover, but the ink has hidden the destinations of his other trips. I know from Mrs. Marbury that he went to Churston. I just have to show that he went to Bexhill, and I will have proved that he was present at all the crime scenes. A long-bladed knife. A murderer's weapon. This object would probably be useful to me. It's an ABC. Did Cust drop it when he opened the window? Or was it Mrs. Marbury while she was cleaning? Cust is parsimonious. He keeps his pencils and sharpens them until there is nothing left. It is clear that he did not grow up in luxury. I have to get the ribbon. How am I going to...
Pour récupérer le ruban?
The ribbon is jammed. The ribbon is jammed.
Je sais pas comment on démonte ces trucs, moi.
The right-hand heel has been removed.
Enfin voilà, ça doit pas être bien violent quand même.
The left-hand heel has been removed.
C'est tout? Okay.
And here is the ribbon. Let us see if it was indeed used to write the letters sent by ABC. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. I will let Jack clean the keyboard if he wishes. All the letters announcing the murders were written on Cust's typewriter.
C'est vrai que c'est quand même particulièrement accablant pour lui.
War of 1914-1918. By the King's order, the name of Corporal A.B. Cust, Devonshire Regiment, was published on the London Gazette on May the 10th, 1918, as mentioned in a dispatch for gallant and distinguished service. An army dispatch, wounded on the Somme front, victim of a gas attack. Corporal Cust greatly deserves his distinction.
Alors, les ABC, j'imagine.
It's closed.
Bon, s'il n'y a que ça, ouvre-le.
This knife is very useful. Who knows? Maybe it never cut anything other than string. Stockings. ABC guides. Enough to sign about a dozen murders.
Ouais, c'est effectivement complètement accablant pour lui.
All the main articles referring to the ABC case are here, from the Churston murder onwards. Nothing before that date. Most probably the basting dress repaired by Mrs. Marbury's expert hands. The Bexhill Daily paper, dated from the day of the Bexhill murder. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Mais j'ai pas fini l'observation. Où Cust se trouvait au moment du meurtre de Bexhill? Bexhill? Ah. Oui, c'est pas bien.
The register shows that Cust did not sleep at the guest house on the day of the murder. Where was he? Bexhill. The Bexhill paper reveals it. Cust bought this newspaper in Bexhill on July the 25th. No use continuing the inspection of this room. I've seen all there is to see. Trousers, white shirts. Everything has been washed very well.
Ok, donc on a tout vu ici. Donc le type, il était sur chaque lieu du crime. Il a des ABC, il vend bien des bas, c'est un vendeur de bas, exactement comme on l'avait supposé en tout cas. Manifestement, les lettres ont été écrites sur sa machine à lui. Ça fait beaucoup. Ça fait beaucoup.
Goodbye, Mrs. Marbury. Thank you for your help.
I look forward to seeing you again, Mr. Poirot.
Ah, Chief Inspector. I was about to leave.
Good evening, Chief Inspector. Welcome. Please excuse me, I must go to the kitchen. I'll leave the key of Mr. Cust on the counter.
I'm sorry I'm late. I've spent ages with the Doncaster police. And you?
I have established one fact. On 3 occasions, Cust was at the scene on the day of the crimes.
Parler à Jap. Ah oui, parlons à Jap. Non, on peut pas parler à Jap. Oui, ça on l'a déjà vu.
It is not the right time. I had best talk to Jap.
I've listened closely to what you have to say, Poirot. For me, there's no doubt Cust is guilty. Do you have any element that might prove the contrary?
That is what we're going to look for. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Cust a-t-il eu la possibilité de tuer les 3 victimes? Bah, il était sur les 3 lieux du crime. Y a-t-il des points communs entre Cust et le meurtrier? Il a un couteau, des ABC, il aurait pu commettre les crimes. Le comportement de Cust est-il suspect? Il a eu du sang sur lui, il a menti sur sa destination, et il garde des journaux.
The evidence against Cust is overwhelming. His presence at the scenes, the knife, the blood-stained shirt, the ABCs in a box.
C'est vrai. However, the blood Mrs. Marbury saw on Cust's shirt may have been his own. According to his medical records, he suffers from hemoptysis. The murderer cut Sir Carmichael's throat from behind, and the blood spurted outwards. You would expect the murderer's shirt to be stained on the sleeves, not on the buttonholes, yet we see quite the opposite. You would expect the murderer to keep the newspaper articles about his crimes. But Cust's collection starts in Cheston, as if it discovered the case rather late.
I agree it's troubling, but it doesn't change my mind. There's small details that we should be able to clear up by questioning Cust.
When can we talk to him?
Doncaster is sending him to us on the first train.
Are they questioning him already?
He says he can't remember a thing.
It's plausible. Doctors say he suffers from absences and amnesia. Mrs. Marbury has confirmed this.
He may have done the murders in an altered state.
A familiar situation.
It's not enough to clear his name. Dr. Thompson insisted that even if you don't know what you're doing, you never commit a murder without wanting to.
Très intéressant. I shall remember that.
Right. I'll go and examine the suspect's room.
Chief Inspector, I took the liberty of removing a few clues to examinatum.
All right, we'll discuss them tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm going to see if you've missed something.
Bon, bah je crois qu'on va rentrer à la maison après ce petit échange avec Jap.
Marbury. There is a very pretty village by this name, in Cheshire.
Allez, c'est parti. On va à Scotland Yard.
To Scotland Yard, please.
Interroger Cust.
This man is not in good shape. He is worried and very tired, and other police have been hard on him.
Puis franchement, si c'est lui qui a réussi à draguer Betty avec la tronche qu'il a... Enfin...
What do you want from me?
Good day, ABC. Do you know who I am?
Someone who's got it in for me.
I am Hercule Poirot, and I want nothing other than the truth.
Ah, you're the detective.
Yes, I am the person you have been sending the letters to.
I didn't write these letters. I've already said so.
Admettre son innocence, lui faire admettre qu'il a oublié.
Très bien. You did not hide these letters. But the question remains, who did?
Probably one of my enemies. I have many.
Je vais avouer ne pas croire qu'il soit un meurtrier parce que franchement, il a quand même pas la gueule de l'emploi, quoi.
I do not believe that you are capable of murder, Mr. Cust.
I hope not.
You suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded. I suffered. But the army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences, bouts of amnesia.
And headaches.
Professor Clark treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
Of course, you never considered killing a doctor who took such good care of you.
No. No, never.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
Prends tes médocs,
Take
mec.
this. It will help you.
Thank you. Oh, good God, my shirt is covered in blood again.
Bon. I now know where the bloodstains Mrs. Marbury saw came from. Are you well enough to speak?
Yes, I feel much better.
Do you deny being at the scene of the crimes?
So? There was no harm in being there. It was only for my work.
You were seen at all the crime scenes.
Yes, I was. I travel a lot. But not for pleasure. I am terribly unwell in trains. But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions about the towns I had to visit.
Let's see. The company you claim to work for, Silky Legs, has never heard of you. And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters were received afterwards.
Alors, est-ce qu'il a tapé les lettres et se les envoyé lui-même?
It proves that you wrote them.
I may have. Good God! I don't know what's happening to me. My head hurts terribly.
Enfin, il est vraiment pas frais, quoi.
Take this. It will help you.
Il est ultra pas frais, le mec. Ouais, et puis le fait qu'il soit moitié amnésique de temps en temps, ça aide pas, bien entendu, la
I think I'll be
enquête.
fine.
Let us see, Cust. Look at me. You know very well that you committed these murders?
Yes, I know.
But I'm not wrong in saying that you do not know why you committed them.
No, I don't.
Alors, il aurait commis les meurtres, mais il sait pas pourquoi. Ouais, bof.
Let us leave Cust alone. Is at the end.
C'est très étonnant tout ça.
And what conclusions have you drawn?
Plenty. It might help us to understand him a little better. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Que sait-on de la santé de Cust? Bah, qu'il est pas frais du tout. Il crache du sang. Il y a un problème au poumon. Il y a des absences. Alors. Décidément, je suis toujours malade. Alors, Cust est faible mentalement et physiquement. Pas vraiment le profil du tueur. Pas vraiment. Alors, est-ce qu'il y a des indices qui collent pas avec la culpabilité de Cust dans le meurtre de Shurston? Le sang. On s'attend à ce que la chemise du meurtrier soit attachée aux manches et pas à la boutonnière. Est-ce qu'il y a des indices qui collent pas avec la culpabilité de Cust? Bah, le fait que ces journaux, il les a pas gardés depuis le début, puis il a pas l'air de connaître Poirot. Peut-on dire de manière irréfutable que Cust est coupable? Et bah, il a pas de mobile. Il dit qu'il a pas écrit les lettres. Voilà.
I don't see any clearer than before. This is worse.
There is one point to highlight. C'est curieux. Cust admits that he killed, but he does not know why. What did Dr. Thompson say? Even if Cust killed while in an altered state, it still must have been his deepest desire. He must have had a motive.
Let's keep it simple. Never mind his motive. He confessed.
But you see, he can confess to anything and everything. He denied the murders and then he confessed to them. He confirmed that he never typed the letters. Then, with great ease, I managed to get him say quite the opposite.
Come on, he behaved like a guilty man. He lied to his landlady.
Because deep down he believes himself guilty. From the papers, he noticed that he had always been at the scene of the crimes. He must think that he killed and then simply forgot what he had done.
How can you be so sure?
Let us look at his psychological profile. You will understand my point of view. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Alors ça c'était le profil qu'on avait rempli au niveau du tueur. Hein. Et maintenant on va comparer avec le profil de Cust. Est-ce qu'il est intelligent? C'est plutôt un suiveur qu'un leader. Est-ce qu'il est sûr de lui? Non, il est hésitant et timide. Et influençable. Est-ce qu'il est séducteur? Bah non, il a une vraie sale gueule. Il est quelconque. Il est toujours malade en train. Qu'est-ce est-il impulsif? Oui, il est froid. Est-ce qu'il est généreux? Non, c'est une pince. Voilà, donc on peut dire que ça colle pas du tout au profil.
You see? Cust's character is quite the opposite of the murderer's.
But if he's a madman, can we really talk about his character?
You know very well that our murderer does not behave like a psychopath. Apart from the signature, there is no ritual or repetition in the choice of victims.
Very well, you're right as always. So we have no confession, no culprit, no suspects, nothing. And all that after 2 months of inquiry? What should I do?
Have faith. Just give me 24 hours.
Ah, il semblerait que Poirot ait une idée. Ça tombe bien parce que moi j'en ai pas. En tout cas, c'est là qu'on va clôturer cet épisode, je pense. Et je pense qu'on terminera la série la semaine prochaine avec les dernières 24 heures. Hein. Je pense que ça va se clôturer comme ça. Bon, j'espère que ça vous a plu. On a bien avancé et je vous dis à très bientôt pour la suite de notre aventure. Allez, bye bye.